should know by the way you popped your car sideways that it wouldn't last. See, you're the kind of person that believes in making out once, love them and leave them fast. Guess I must be dumb. She had a pocket full of horses, Trojan and some of them used. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. You see, what have I got to lose? And honey, I say, little red Corvette, baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette, you need a love that's gonna last. Guess I should've closed my eyes when you drove me to the place where your horses run free. 'Cause I felt a little ill when I saw all the pictures of the jockeys that were there before me. Believe it or not, I started to worry. I wondered if I had enough class. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. You say, baby, have you got enough gas? Oh yeah, little red Corvette, baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are. Little red Corvette, you need to find a love that's gonna last. Oh, body like yours on a B&J's, that's on the verge of being obscene. No, move over, baby. Give me the keys. I'm gonna try to take you in the red love machine. Little red Corvette, baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette, need to find a love that's gonna last. Little red Corvette, honey, you got to slow down. Little red Corvette, 'cause if you don't, you go. Little red Corvette, and you little red Corvette, right down to the ground. You got to slow down. You got to slow down. Red Corvette, you're moving much too fast, too fast. Need to find a love that's gonna last. Girl, got an ass like I never seen. And the ride, I say the ride is so smooth. You must be a limousine. Oh, baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette, you need a love, you need a love that's gonna last. Little red Corvette, oh, you got to slow down, just slow down. Little red Corvette, 'cause if you're done, you're gonna run your body right.
Good evening. Feel like it's been a while. How you guys been? I'll go ahead and just switch right on over. And this is the new game screen of City Skylines 2? Cities 2. Cities 2. Oh, Ren is back.
Navi_Ren just resubscribed for 10 months. Woo.
Woo! So you are now Super Saiyan 2 now. Majin style. Thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate it. But yeah, so this is basically how we get to start. First you choose your map, and we've got 11 maps to choose from. You got a few of them that are islands, a few of them that are coasts, a few of them that have just large bodies of water, like lakes, rivers. And they all have different themes and climates as well. Like this one here says that it's a European theme. It is mostly rainy in the Archipelago Haven. It's as high as 86. Barrier Ireland, on the other hand, the North American theme, gets a high of 84 degrees. It's mostly sunny. Forge! Windy Forge is here. North American style. Ooh, it's cold. 65 degrees as it's warm. As it's warmest. Oh, there's also a buildable area, 21%. So, for an area that looks like it has a lot of land mass, it doesn't look like it's a lot. Make an Ishgard pre-calamity. I think there's actually some... Well, I guess if I really wanted to, the Forge could become a wintry area. And because all of these other areas are relatively warm. Even River Delta. River Delta get as high as 94, but as low as 26. Ishgard wasn't frozen over in 1.0. Oh. Or I could do Lakeland. We could go Shadowbringers. At least this has a buildable area of 49%. No purple trees. Nah, no purple trees. I was thinking about doing Tampere, though. This one has a 66% buildable area, so I could definitely do a lot with this. As compared to some of these others. Which one actually has the most buildable area? I think it actually is Tampere. And I kind of want to get started with that because I want to, see how much I can do in a city with as much land as possible. So I'm going to go with this. Tampere, home of the Colossal Order, is known for its stunning natural beauty and waterways. The map is located on an isthmus between two large lakes, Nasijarvi and Yarjarvi, which are connected by a river. The surrounded landscape is characterized by lakes, rolling hills, and dense forests. Three-linked highway connections can easily form the backbone of the city's traffic. And got lots of, I'm guessing that, fertile land, so that's my farmland. Not a whole lot of forestry area. Tons of ore, and half as much oil. I can do trains, I can do cruise ships, I can do airplanes, and there is electricity connection on the outside. I kind of looked a little bit as like how to get started in a city. So, we're gonna go European style. Well, no, actually we can change ours here. I'm gonna do North American style. I'm gonna keep natural disasters off for my first city. I'll turn it on for my second city. Also, I'm gonna keep unlocked all off, as well as unlimited money. Still enjoy that challenge. when I restart the tutorial, I only went into it just to check out the HUD, so that's why my camera is up here instead of down there where it usually is. And because I'm just so basic, my first city in City Skylines was called First City. So now that we're playing City Skylines 2, First City has returned. And start. I do have some of the channel redemptions for City Skylines available, so you can claim some stuff, but this is mostly going to be me, like, exploring the game, figuring out how it all works out. Basic butch. Yeah, I'm a basic butch. Gonna feel out, like, how to build the city for the very first time. I will have the tutorials on, so you'll follow along with me with that. So this is the place to build the city of your dreams. Take on an in-depth challenge of managing city services and directing traffic flow, and follow the lives of your citizens. Tutorials are here to guide as you take your first step towards building a city. As you progress, more hints and guidance become available in case you need it. Hi Lithia, how's it going? Before you start, let's look on how to move your landscape by using camera controls. If at any time you feel like turning the tutorials off or on again, you can do it from the pause menu, the gear icon located on the top right corner. Let's get to work. Alright, so let's move the camera. Great job, you are now ready to start your first city. To guide through your steps, we have prepared a task list for you. Start a task by selecting play and complete the steps to unlock the feature. You also see hints along the way. They point out useful information. I bet they do. You can proceed at your own pace and revisit any completed task by selecting play again. Go ahead and start your first task. Road Basics. A city exists around roads. When you build a road, a cell grid appears on the land next to it. This is the area where you can build on. Most roads come with a built-in utility network. A network of electric cables and pipes for water and sewage, so all buildings connected to a road with the utility network automatically have a connection to the utilities. So, that's nice. Instead, you know, in first cities, you had to build all your pipes, all your electricity, but they're all built in this time. That's nice. Roads come in different sizes and configurations, ranging from small alleys and one-way streets all the way to large highways. The larger the road, the higher the speed limit and traffic capacity. A two-lane road is a basic road with 2 lanes, one in each direction, with street lamps on one side. It's easy to build with, but it can only support a low amount of traffic. When selecting a road, keep an eye on the information panel. It'll show you how much road costs to build and maintain, and how much electricity the built-in utility network can handle. These tool options can help you build exactly what you want. Different options are available according to what you are currently building. Sound like the other aunt. Tool modes. Different modes help you build roads in varying shapes. Select the mode according to the shape you want. You can always switch to a different mode at any time. Replace. This mode can be used to change any road you have already built to a different type. No need for a bulldozer. Go to Replace mode and select a new road type from the roads menu. When you select a section of existing road on a map, the new road type will be built on the old one's place. Keep an eye on how replacing affects traffic lanes and existing buildings. So far, there's a lot of the things that are already in City Skylines. So I'm not going to continue reading all of this. Elevation up and down. Elevation step. So, you know, how much it jumps whenever I elevation up and down. Parallel mode, so for parallel roads. Finally, a useful tool that's built in the base game. And snapping, of course, gotta have snapping. Alright, to get your city started and make it grow, you will need to make it possible for both people and materials to arrive. Look around your map and find... This thing is moving. Running route that leads out, you may start building your city by connecting to and expanding from these roads. Build your road with the left mouse button, right mouse button, or when done, unselect the road tool with right mouse button or escape. Have good connections to the outside world is key to your success. Alright. Let's build the road. So, this has already been started for me. This is basically how I should get started. I'm going to start with a medium road because I believe this is a medium road. Okay, so I want to get started. There's two different ways that this can go. We've got a highway underneath there. So either I can start working the coast, or I can start working cruise area. This is the ocean, basically. The outside connection to the sea. Fish. And no matter which way I go, I'll still have fish. I kinda wanna start in this direction. Actually, there's, Oh, well. I saw that there was ways that you can check certain infographics, but I guess I don't have that unlocked just yet. And I don't know how to get to it just yet. Everything is like locked right now. Well, the build music is better. Yes, it is. That's why I have it on right now. And I do have two options. We can do the second moon, the public radio station, or we can do a commercial radio station, the Urban City Radio. Yeah, I think I'm going to work this coast. Because who knows, I might put a residential right over here as well. Let's put this. There we go, I built the road. Made a mistake? Don't worry, you can bulldoze it. Left mountain to remove objects and get a refund. Yeah, I don't need that. I need to get back into Sims and build more. Yeah! Alright, the next task is zoning residential, so I am going to create a residential zone. Kinda want my my first residential zone to be like here. just start with that. Have this road going in this direction. Now I need to connect these two. Kind of looks like a road can take over. Alright, well, let's just do this zoning residential thing. Zoning determines which types of buildings are built in the selected area. Buildings and zones are get built automatically depending on the city needs. Areas that are not zoned will remain empty. Zones are divided into groups according to the types of buildings they allow for. This is your way to allot different areas for the city for different uses. You can choose which theme the zone buildings follow. Right now it's North American and European. And this affects the visual style of buildings that get built in the area. You can change the theme at any time. The change will come into effect for any new zoning you apply. Different modes help you shape your zones exactly the way you want. Keep in mind that for buildings to get built, the zone areas need to be adjacent to the road and
listening
have
to
enough
Second
space on it.
Moon, the station for the cultural sophisticate who doesn't fear extending their ears to the more challenging sphere of the classical genre. Let us move now from the musical page to the literary. Here we have some perfectly anguishing correspondence from a listener. My dear Professor Hornbuckle.
Change the channel. Low density housing. This is for single family homes. They have a positive effect on the residents' happiness, but can become expensive to live in when value rises. Different job types and the availability of jobs affect the demand for different types of housing. Alright, so basically it's just asking me to place a low density, and that's why I built this road right here. If you feel that a zone is in the wrong place, you can choose to remove it from the entire zone or shape it by removing parts of it. Rezoning you can apply on top of the old one. Condemned buildings that are existing area you are rezoning or removing will become condemned. They will automatically get demolished over time. For a faster rebuild time, you can bulldoze them yourself to make room for new buildings. Cool. There's that. doing commercial next. Commercial zones provide space for different types of business use. Businesses provide services and jobs for the residents and increase city income by paying taxes and fees. This zone type is for single-story or low-rise buildings for small business. These businesses provide important local services such as stores, restaurants, gas stations for citizens living nearby. Place a commercial zone. So I want to place that on my more busy road over here. So I need to finish building it. Looks like I messed up the alignment. Or maybe I didn't. I do want to create a grid here. How's this supposed to work? Place point A and point B, then drag sideways to create a perfect grid. Okay. Go. That should be nice. Let's try this medium road again. What I want to do I want to try and place it. There we go. Straight line, please. There we go, that's what I wanted. my curve, but I had the wrong road. And then I switched to the right road, and I still kept my curve. That was nice. Remember that for next time. That's how that's supposed to work. Now, commercial. I think it would be wise to have a commercial property right here on this corner. There we go. That makes that check mark. Pausing the simulation will temporarily stop time. This allows you to build, plan, and find solutions at your own pace. Once you're done, unpause the game to resume the flow of time so that life in the city will continue. Currently 8:05 in the morning, June 2023, so we're a little behind in time. Maybe that's a little bit of a goal to try to, like, finish your city before it becomes present day. And I can quicken the speed, too. Well, I'm gonna keep it off for now, I'm still building. There's that. Zoning industrial. Industrial zones provide land for industrial businesses. Industries provide jobs and increase the city's tax revenue. Alright, so. You see these arrows here, that means something that I saw in a video. Industrial companies process materials to create material goods, which can be further processed by other industries, sold by commercial businesses, or used by city services. Zoning land for industrial use will allow industrial companies to start up businesses. Industrial companies are dependent on materials, so they work best near resources and benefit greatly from good traffic connections in their immediate vicinity. Manufacturing creates pollution, so it's best to place these zones away from people's homes and groundwater deposits. Groundwater deposits as in, like, water underneath the land. That's a groundwater deposit right there, another one over there. A couple here and there. Another one over there. These arrows that are on here is wind direction. And I saw it in the video that wind direction affects pollution. So a lot of industries, smog up in the air, the wind is going to push it in that direction. So if the pollution goes over residential and commercial area, it'll cause the residents to get sick. So you want to keep an eye on your wind direction. Basically means that if I am going to do industry, it's gonna need to be, you know, away from here. Really not sure where I'm gonna place it just yet. Go to our roads at least. You know what? This wouldn't be a bad spot right here. So this small little area right here, this will be where my traffic or industry will just come in and out of. It'll be very useful. Probably even put it over here. Next to the castle ruins. Yeah, and then I've got train tracks over here, so that will also be very useful. So maybe this would be the best place for industrial Zoning.
You're listening to Second Moon, the epitome of classical listening at home or wherever you roam.
Just want that straight. What is this exactly? Looks like I could just like build on one side. Allow me a 90-degree angle around here. There we go, there's a snap. Alright, let's see if I can play with this complex curve. Define a start and middle point, bend, then bend again for the end point. Oh, that's kind of all I really want to do, to be honest. It's not really complex. replace one industrial zone. Okay. These bars down here gives you a glance of info, what types of zones are currently needed in your city. The fuller the bar, the higher the demand. Each bar grows and shrinks constantly according to the city's changing needs and your zoning efforts. Electricity. Almost everything in the city needs electricity to work. A well-working electricity grid keeps citizens happy and services running. There's a variety of ways to generate electricity, and each choice comes with its own pros and cons. A coal power plant is a great source of high voltage electricity, but also generates a lot of pollution. Sorry, I didn't see this. Got any particular plans for Cities 2? Just explore. Learning all of the new different things that is not like Cities 1, because Cities 1 was 2015. So this is definitely a long time coming. A lot of people were waiting for this. Alright, small power plant, high voltage, but a lot of pollution. Wind turbine is a source of green energy, but the output is completely reliant on weather. And then you've got outside source. Electricity can be imported from neighboring cities by using power lines. This requires no maintenance on your part. Buying electricity when the population grows can get expensive. Select the source of electricity you want to start with and close this panel to move on. You can backtrack back to this panel if you change your mind, and also build more and different types of electricity sources as you progress. So, if I do green energy, I do get the wind. I don't know what the max is currently, and I'm not seeing a way to check. As of right now, all I'm seeing is 5 megawatts of power from one windmill. I do an outside power plant. To get electricity from outside source, you need to build a transformer station. They convert the high voltage electricity coming in from the power lines into low voltage electricity, and then feed it into electric cables running underneath roads to be used by buildings. Yep. Oh, it's telling me that I have to build a transformer station. Okay. Well, that's why I built the industry over here. See the city limits. There we go. High voltage power lines have higher capacity and they are used to connect transformer stations and power plants. To avoid going over roads and buildings, adjust the elevation down to build underground cables. Alright, connect to outside power. Done. Electricity info view shows an overlay of electricity flowing throughout the city to help you spot weaknesses and solve problems. Electricity panels show detailed information about the performance of the electricity grid, conditions that affect it, and where your electricity plants are located. Depending on how things are going, I might have low voltage cables that are getting bottlenecked, low or high. And currently, since this is blue, that's a high voltage. Wind direction and rate color. And surface water flow. I'm just turning everything on because maybe I just want to see it all. Will you let the zombie plague spread in the wind later? Maybe we'll do that to Second City. You decide where you want to put it, and if a zombie apocalypse happens, well, that's on you. I never want to try to destroy my cities. Speaking of which, when I was selecting the map, there was an option to turn natural disasters on or off. Currently, I have it off because I want to experience my first city nice and clean. Second city, I will turn the natural disasters on. Electricity flow is animated to show how much electricity is flowing and where it's going. Low amounts of electricity are shown as short bars. When the electricity flow increases, the bars grow longer. Individual buildings receive only the amount they need, and most home use Individual buildings receive only the amount they need, and most homes use only a small amount of electricity. Yes. Cable capacity. There's a limit to how much electricity electric cables and power lines are able to transfer. When there's more electricity trying to flow through the cables and lines than they can handle, the electric grid will suffer and result in buildings not getting enough power. While electricity info view is active, you can hover over power lines and cables and see how much electricity is being transferred and how much capacity is. So, this game has a lot more information than the original Cities 1 did. When electric cable or line has exceeded maximum capacity, a bottleneck will form. Bottlenecks will start to block electricity flow and cause buildings down the line to not receive electricity. To clear the bottleneck and resume electricity service, you'll need to bypass the bottleneck by redirecting electricity flow.
That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes. Don't touch that dial.
That is going to annoy me. Just the random, you're listening to this radio. Like, thanks, just keep the music playing, please. Electricity flow can be directed and diverted with power lines and transformer stations. Transformer stations can be placed in areas that need electricity and connected to the power plant with power lines. They implemented Six Sigma in Cities 2. What's Six Sigma? Is that a band? Speaking of which, I need to take off Spotify. I thought I had it off whenever I was setting up the HUD, but I guess I missed it a little. Alright, so there's that. Now it wants to start talking about water. Every city needs a good water network. Household companies and industries all need water to operate and survive. When the water system is working well, citizens stay healthier, and companies and service are able to operate without problem. Groundwater pumping stations can be used if your current city limits contain underground water deposits. Groundwater pumping stations are placed on the surface above the water deposit to provide clean water for the city. A water pumping station can be used if your current city limits has access to open water, which it does. Water pumping stations are placed on the shoreline of any open water to provide clean water for the city. Select the type of pumping station you want to start with and close this panel to move on. You can come back to this panel if you change your mind, and also build more and different types of pump later on. So, check mark, get rid of that. So with a water pumping station, it can do about 26 million gallons a month. A low noise pollution. The pumping station doesn't do that much. Does almost 20 million. So 6 less. It still has low noise pollution. And it costs more. Well, judging by the groundwater deposits that I have, there's not a whole lot. I think what I'm going to do is, if it works like it usually does in Cities 1, I want to place my pumping station, and I'm going to do an actual water pumping station, and I want to place this in a good spot where it will suck up enough water and it won't, like, mess up the water flow. I feel like if I put it here, it's going to mess up the water flow, but this would be, like, the easiest access. So I guess we can start here. There is noise pollution, but it's going to be low because it's going to be in the industry area. Placed. The pump is up and running. We'll soon have water flowing throughout the city. Pumping stations need a road connection. Your station is already built next to a road. You're all set, and the station is connected to the road's utility network. Your station isn't connected to the road. Need to build one. Look for the road required notification and zoom in to see which side of the building it's on. And build your road alongside that. Okay. You can use any road with a built-in pipe network. When the station is connected to the rest of the road system, water will be connected as well and start flowing. Okay, so I need to build my road. Looks like the way this works is they can just, like, run right up to it. Oh, perfect. I'm just going to continue the grid look. Overlapping items. Ah. I need to build out this road just a little bit more. Then I can do my curve. Industry area. So let's match the residential size. Notification icons are shown to highlight different situations. Some guide you in placing buildings and building roads. Others are signs of a problem in an area or a building. Select the icon to select more information. Once the situation is clear, the notification also disappears. Well, good thing I don't have any issues at the moment because I haven't unpaused the game. Alright, last is sewage. A good sewage network is essential to a city. If sewage is not properly managed, it can have a negative effect on the city and its citizens. Sewage pipes are included in the road utility network. Separate pipes can be built to connect sewage outlets that are not connected to a road. As clean water is used, it becomes sewage. Sewage outlets expel wastewater from the water network. Okay, it's basically just saying, fill the sewage outlet. Alright, I need to see water flow. Which currently I do not have a water flow at all. So now the question becomes, like, where do I want to place this? At the body of water, so... I'm gonna do any kind of sewage leaving the city in my current square. It would either need to be here or over here. I kind of want it out, but I need a road network to make that work. So it feels like the best place to put this might be over here. Do I? The problem with sewage is that it always creates a mess. See if I can do the complex curve this time. Had it. Bingo! There's a complex curve for you. Here.
you're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical delight. Tonight, we are doing a musical tour of Italia. Land of art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi shall be our guide.
Roads you can have it overlap to kind of readjust your area. Now my question is can I get this to curve a little bit better? Doesn't seem like it's gonna work. Well, I guess if I'm going to create this curve, I need to create intersections. And then I can bulldoze this area. And that'll bring out my curve. Create a nice little grid. Like the processes work better, get rid of the bottlenecks. Where am I going to connect this? Guess I would connect it here. Nah, that won't do. Work a little better. We'll have this connect. we'll see how that works out. This is a really big industry area now. I have spent $100,000 already. Isn't that my outlet? Oh, it's a pumping station. Wrong building. Single sewage pipe to connect sewage outlets to the roads utility network. Yep. There we go. That's all done. You can visit the pause menu at any time to save and load your game. Under options, you will find settings for graphics, audio, tutorials, more. The game will be paused while the menu is completed. Well done, you have completed your task and now have the basic knowledge of how to build a city. Going forward, more tutorials and hints will pop up and guide you on your way. If you feel like you no longer need guidance, you can turn the tutorials off in the pause menu. You can also review old tutorials by accessing the advisor with the question icon. Would you like to continue building this city or start a new one? We'll continue with this city. Alright, so the city service building has no road access. Your service building needs to be situated next to a road for them to receive electricity and for materials and employees to be able to move in and out. Build a road for service building. You can fix the issue by building a road along the front of the building and connecting the road to the existing road network. You can locate the front of the building by looking for the road required notification icon. Relocate a service building. You can also solve the issue by relocating the building next to an existing road. Selecting the building opens the building information panel. Select the relocate icon at the bottom and you can move the building to a new location. Got it. Alright, well, I know something's gonna have an issue. Well, I thought it was gonna be this one. Apparently not. You can turn underground view on and off here at any time. Turning on the underground view makes it easier to build at different depths and find connection points. You can also use it while replacing or bulldozing roads and pipes that are built underground. Got it. Thought I connected everything. Alright, you think we're ready to turn this on? Happiness, citizens' wealth, workplace availability. I'll just go ahead and build a few more residential. A few more commercial. Like that whole row right there is going to be commercial. instead. And maybe I'll make the rest of this populate with residential. Yeah, let's turn this on. So there we go. For now, we'll just watch the citizens come in. Speed this up just so we can get these buildings finished. Alright, our electricity is not meeting demand, so we're forced to import some from our neighbors, yeah. We need new employees at 147 Terrace Street Production. Well, how many citizens? We have no citizens at the moment. We've got Mike's Comics. Everything is still just being built.
You're tuned into Second Moon, the channel where the classics never grow old.
I'll get around to it. Just trying to get a good view of the quote-unquote city at the moment. We've got a bar in 46 Hickory Street. Really happening right now is just the bar should be named Drunken Sailor. Well, let's see if we can change it. Aha, we can. like our needs are starting to grow, even though there's no citizens. New gas station at 20 Hickory Street. Early morning tomorrow. Have a good night. You too as well, Ren. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, finally got some notification pop up. Building is on the wrong zone or outside the zoning grid and will be demolished soon. Oh, we've got some people. It's the Jennings family. They're heading towards Garland Street. 177 Garland Street. You gonna find a place to live here, Tony? Guess we've got some houses finally. Well, definitely getting some houses now. We're getting people. But the demand for residentials is going up. So let's slow this down. And we'll work on building more areas. really wants me to, like, make my own.
That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes. Don't touch that dial.
The leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that going to be costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important to them.
But so is their money. We'll be back after this.
There. You guys have a wind turbine. Hopefully they'll complain less now. We're looking busy now. No housing available. Oh, there's plenty of housing. Oh, sweet. Now we have an excess of electricity. People to move in. Milestone unlocked. Tiny village. Your efforts are bearing fruit, and your city has taken its first step towards success. Get 60,000 simoleons, dollars, whatever. And I think that's an expansion, and then I don't know. Development points. You get 1 development point and 3 expansion permits. I don't need the permits just yet, but maybe I can do something with the development points. Milestones represent growth of your city. Develop your city to reach the next milestone. Track how your city is growing and how far you have to go to reach your next milestone. Milestones unlock new features, dev points, and more. I'll get medium density housing and education. This track XP. This tracks the amount of expansion points, XP, you have, and shows how much you need to gain until you reach the next milestone. You are awarded XP for building city services, service buildings, and their upgrades, taking care of buildings and roads. Increase your population numbers and citizen happiness also grants you XP rewards. Whenever you reach a milestone, you will receive a money reward. Use it to build and maintain the city. For each milestone reached, you'll also be granted development points, which can be used to unlock advanced services. Each milestone adds to your existing expansion permits. They are needed to expand the city's borders. Each milestone unlocks more features that allows you to build and expand your city in different ways. You can look through the list here. If I go over here into development trees allow you to access new service buildings and other buildable items in your city. You can unlock these assets by using development points. Basic service was automatically unlocked when you reach new milestones. To develop and grow the service further, unlock the next item along the tree and build it in your city. Development points are awarded for rewarding new milestones. Each city service has its own development tree. You can focus on specific types of city development by spending your points in areas that interest you the most. Follow development trees to find what features each service has to offer. We could get roundabouts, road maintenance facilities, traffic lights, and signs, as well as roadside decorations. Okay. Ooh, parking areas. Cars need parking spaces, and areas of high activity can benefit from dedicated parking areas. I only have 1 point to spend. What's in electricity? Emergency battery station. Station reduces the negative effects buildings suffer when there's no electricity. It produces a low amount of noise pollution. Ah. Gas power plant, okay. Water treatment plant. Healthcare and death care. We start with crematoriums. Oh, it's too early for death. And hospitals. But I don't have enough points for that. Ooh, recycling. Ooh. Start with incinerator plant very early on. Incinerator plant burns garbage and produces electricity from the heat. The burning produces high amounts of ground pollution as well as some air and noise pollution. Recycling center collects and sorts garbage to produce reusable materials. Selling the recycled materials creates additional income for the city. Oh man, which one do I want to choose? If I had to choose anything, it would probably be the advanced road services. Good on everything else. Let's go ahead and do our first unlock. Alright, road maintenance as well as decorations. Maintenance is aimed at keeping the roads in good condition, while the resources include things like roadside decorations, sound barriers, and traffic signs. Maintenance vehicles clear roads of snow, vehicles, debris, and do road repairs as needed. Having your roads well maintained reduces the likelihood of vehicle accidents and traffic jams. Set up traffic lights at an intersection to control the flow of traffic. This can be useful especially in a small but busy intersection where traffic on one side needs to wait for a long time. You can set up stop signs at an intersection to force traffic to stop before crossing. This can be useful for allowing traffic from one direction to have more chances of crossing the intersection. No turning left or right. You can control the direction of traffic flow with these signs. Oh man, this is like, traffic manager. Place the sign on the road section leading to the intersection. Turning in the indicated direction is no longer allowed, and the lane marking change accordingly. Both signs can be placed on the same road, prohibiting turnings in the intersection altogether. Decorations can be added onto existing roads to modify the look and feel. You can add them on one or both sides of the road, and different decorations can be added on top of each other. Choose the type of decoration you want, and select the road section and side of the road you'd like to place it. Note, decorations will replace roadside parking spaces from selected selections. Choose the type of direction you want and select the roads section and side of the road you want to place it to. Place signs and decorations with the left mouse button, remove them with the right mouse. You can select more than one road section at a time. Hold down your selection and move all over the sections you want to select. Okay, so what do I want? Well, this looks important. So if I was gonna put row houses down, I would be placing them here. Going down.
This is Second Moon Radio, classical for the modern age. Unlike most modern music, classical has always been penned by someone sitting in front of a sheet of blank paper, using only their imaginations as guides through a silent audial masterpiece. Now, here we sit, listening at full volume, and our souls are transported. But let us not tarry. On to the next rapisode.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank
psyche.
you, Professor.
It is a question of priorities.
Interesting news from the city's export division. Sources tell us that our city has more services than we know what to do with.
And you know what that means, folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
Well, no. The point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say that we're enjoying a positive trade balance and the economy is booming. More after this.
boy. And huge. Should be connected. really be having a housing problem right now.
This is Second Moon with J. Thomas Hornbuckle. Before we dive into our next selection, I'd like to take a few memento moris to elaborate on the formal structure of the symphonic work. For our newer, less able listeners, first, we will be dancing through the al dente section before entering the slower largo movement, finally, then savoring the vivacious antipasto movement. So, without further ado, let's raise the curtain and begin. Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement.
Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical delight. Tonight, we are doing a musical tour of Italia. Land of art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi shall be our guide. You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas Hornbuckle, and we're pervading some of the finest classical music on the air. Keep that dial right here.
pretty quiet. It's kind of been the same a little bit with a few added stuff. I mean, this is what my city currently looks like. Yep. This is only the first tile. Yeah, I'm about to hit the second milestone soon. Yeah, and I'll just see how far I can go. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
You're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical delight. Tonight, we are doing a musical tour of Italia. Land of art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi shall be our guide.
Interesting news from the city's export division. Sources tell us that our city has more services than we know what to do with.
And you know what that means, folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
Well, no. The point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say that we're enjoying a positive trade balance and the economy is booming. More after this.
not that bad, even though I'm at a loss. Give you enough money to hold on. Getting a little bit more commercial needs. New signature building available, the Rock Musician Mansion. A famous rock star lives in this mansion when not on tour. These are the unique buildings that unlock one by one as you fulfill requirements specific to for each building. Once unlocked, you can build one of each of the signature buildings. Building a signature building grants you EXP, or XP. Many signature buildings have a positive effect on the area surrounding it. This effect and more information about each building are shown when you're hovering over the building. Signature buildings are organized by the zones they are related to in the menu, but they can be placed in any zone on the map. Theme has its own corresponding set of signature buildings. You can build one of each from both sets. Cool. And Milestone 2 has now been unlocked. Oh, now I've got education and research, as well as medium density housing, which I thought I already had, but I guess, they're apartment buildings now. Alright, so I've got 2 V points. What do I want to do with this? Highways, large roads. That might be a thing. to do college, but should probably work on getting high schools and elementary schools in first. And I want to put this on the waterfront. These are apartment buildings versus single and semi-detached homes. I guess it's just a little bit bigger than the row houses. City services provide citizens with schools, colleges, and universities. Citizen education affects their job position and income level of the household. Cities have different purposes for their level of education affected by their well-being and job opportunities in the city. Citizen education is separated into 5 levels, ranging from uneducated to highly educated. Type of jobs available in the city and the number of open positions affect which educational services are needed. Education path is citizen schooling from lowest level to highest level. To fill jobs that require low level of education, the city only needs to provide lower level schooling facilities. To provide employees for jobs with higher education requirements, citizens need the entire education path from lower level schooling to higher education. Right now, just figuring out job. Workplace availability. A lot of uneducated positions available. Need schooling right now.
Has anyone seen my keys? My keys. What? We're on the air? Sorry about that. It's, nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the brown sedan parked outside the radio station. Oh, wait. I probably shouldn't have said that. If anyone finds them, please don't steal my car. I mean, the old hornbuckle mobile, please. Oh, good. Here they are. Well, never mind then. Thank you for listening to Second Moon.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming, as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
Waiting for hearse. Yes, our hearse arrived. Looks like I need to start thinking about parking.
This is Second Moon with J. Thomas Hornbuckle. Before we dive into our next selection, I'd like to take a few memento moris to elaborate on the formal structure of the symphonic work. For our newer, less able listeners, first, we will be dancing through the al dente section before entering the slower largo movement, finally, then savoring the vivacious antipasto movement. So, without further ado, let's raise the curtain and begin.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently, that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank
psyche.
you, Professor.
It is a question of priorities.
The leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that going to be costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important to them.
But so is their money. We'll be back after this.
That's the end of stream. Like I might be doing this in the dark soon. Go ahead and give it a save. I don't know when I'll play Cities again, but you know, it was nice to just kind of forget all the work that I've been doing with the Scouter lately. It's been kind of tough these past few rounds. But I'll be on it tomorrow. So hopefully you guys have a good night. See you whenever I see ya.
Rain on my hands and my face and my shoes. I battle the sun all day up on the roof. Yeah, my hands are really strong. I love the view, but I hate the long. The sun goes down, I punch the cloud. Me and the boys, we take our walk. 'Cause it feels so good in my neighborhood with this mellow mood. Yeah, all that's missing is you. Let me change your tune with my attitude. Maybe a couple brews. All that's missing is you. A Spanish face with an Irish name. Saw you fight with your boyfriend, such a shame. You throw the darts, but I help you aim. Can't believe we both love Dave Mustaine. Well, now you know I'm scared of planes, yeah. So glad you moved out here from Maine. 'Cause it feels so good in my neighborhood with this mellow mood. Yeah, all that's missing is you. Let me change your tune with my attitude. Maybe a couple brews. Yeah, all that's missing is you. I know it's scary out here on your own, but I already told you that I'd walk you home. Oh, I ain't afraid of the dark now, baby. What's a guy supposed to do when he's all the way up on the roof, but it's falling for you? Oh, I think I'm ready to jump now, baby. 'Cause it feels so good in my neighborhood with this mellow mood. Well, all that's missing is you. Let me change your tune with my attitude. Maybe a couple brews. All that's missing, all it's missing is you. Yeah, all that's missing is you.